I came across with the on the YouTube regarding AutoPrint solutions. Okay, and then I just try out, and then I get it done with my Orange Pi with quite a powerful Singapore computer. But then I realized that it might actually is it possible to run the whole application into a cheaper hardware. So I'm trying to do it in a Raspberry Pi Zero. Okay, so then I got to first go to ChatGPT and Google around and see the minimum hardware requirement. So there are some comments here and there. Okay, so I think I do see some community posts saying that this is not likely to go with anything lesser than 1 gig of RAM. Also, okay, somebody is just trying to see that a Pi Zero might be struggle to print and such. Okay, so after I did some hop and so in the Linux console, I just realized that it just don't run over 200 meg of memory. Okay, so long as I keep the webcam and video features off, and all I need is just that I can just upload my file over and then just go to print over. So that's my concern. Okay, so I try to use the Raspberry Pi without the video, and then get see whether is it okay. Then I realized that actually it can be done. Okay, so it can be done with Raspberry Pi 2.0. Okay, so with like just 512 meg of RAM running on GUI-less. Okay, no GUI server, a simple server. So it's you're running on the Raspberry Pi Lite versions, 64-bit. Okay, then I trigger a manual install. We don't use the, of course, okay, we don't use the AutoPrint Linux image to spin off the Raspberry Pi. Okay, so with a manual install and some cares about reducing memory here and there, okay, and then just get it run, and it runs smoothly. There's no lag on printing. Okay, so that's the main important things. And the web server, you can monitor your printing instruction and all the echo of every instructions that send the 3D printer, and actually it works fine. Okay, so I have used it over like 18 working hours until now, that it's still running quite fine. So I would like to share with you that actually this can be done. Okay, so I got a couple of video and such. Okay, so this is something that I just would like to share with everyone. Okay, so what I did is that this is the piece of the Raspberry Pi that I chose. Okay, so actually it's very simple. Basically there's only three pieces of items. The first one is the motherboard in the center, and then there's a heatsink with fans on top. Be careful about this because the fan actually is double fans, right? Actually the heat dissipation is very good, but it draws quite a lot of power. So I'm still using the pin, okay, the pin of 0 and just the pin 0, 1, 2, 3. So pin 1, 2, 3, 4. So the pin 4 and the pin 6. Okay, so pin 4 is okay, the pin 4 is the red one. Okay, and then the next one is the ground. Okay, so the VC and ground is there. So it's actually drawing the current from the board itself. Okay, so please make sure that your adapter, okay, do not use those smart power supply. Okay, otherwise it might not aware to draw how much of a current. Okay, I try to use a USB dongle way. Okay, so and it doesn't quite work. Okay, not enough current. Okay, so better to use the traditional adapter with your first socket as the power input. The second USB, okay, will be the one that plug into the 3D printer. Okay, so this is the only 2 ports needed. And then below, try to print. Okay, try to print a 3D bottom cover for it. Okay, so that you can just screw up everything, okay, in assembly like that, and then after that just put a magic tape there, okay, so that I can stick onto the printer, okay, so that it will be fixed there. Okay, so this is how the setup of this. Okay, so very simple. Okay, so to set up the software next, okay, is that we just choose the Pi imager. Okay, so I just plug in the SD card. Okay, use a quite, actually just nowadays you can just buy a decent SD card. Okay, a 64 meg or above. I just have a 128 gig Okay, so 64 gig. Okay, 128 gig kind of memory, I think is good enough. Okay, so put in the laptop. Okay, so then okay, pretending this is a new one, so there will be something pop up, and then we can go to the Pi, the Pi imager. Okay, and then just choose the. Okay, so what we do, okay, choose device. Mine is the Raspberry Pi Zero 2W. Okay, so choose the OS. Here we do not choose the traditional one because you want to keep the memory minimum. Okay, so that you can reserve more memory for the printing job and the system itself, so that make sure that we will not run out of memory and then you go hang and restart such things. Okay, so come to the Raspberry Pi here. All these are the traditional heavy one. Okay, so we try to make the memory very light. Even though I have 128 gig of storage. Okay, so storage wise I can choose any, but the memory is only it's only 512 meg, so it is very limited. So choose anything no GUI. Try to go for 64-bit. Okay, so others. Okay, and then you can choose the Raspberry Pi OS Lite. Okay, we can choose the 64-bit here, okay, which is the latest bookworm editions, but this is the latest build. Okay, not the long-term support stable build. Okay, if you go for the stable build, I think it's still the same. Okay, you can try that. So you can choose the Legacy 64 here. So this you can see is a Bullseye. Bullseye is just the previous versions. Okay, so either you choose. For me, I just choose the latest one. You can choose the previous one. Okay, but once you go to server mode, okay, you'll face some challenge. Okay, you'll face some challenge because you don't have a GUI for you to connect to Wi-Fi and do some static IP setting, all these things. All you need to do is lots of commands and commands and commands. Okay, so that is something that you got to do if you want to keep your memory all given to the printing job. Okay, so that's the safest way I go. Okay, so choose this one. Okay, and then you choose your device. Okay, I have my SSD inside 128 gig. Okay, so just click there and then click next and flush it in, and then you will start the Raspberry Pi OS, and then your SD card will be ready. Okay, so allow me to skip this because I have already configured my stuff inside. I'll show you how to configure it one by every step. Okay, so don't worry about it. Okay, so let me take out my SD card. Okay, so next step. Okay, next step will be initialization of your Raspberry Pi. Okay, plug in that SD card just now we prepared into the Raspberry Pi, and then plug in your keyboard, give them the power supply, and then you just plug into the monitor. We got no choice, okay, because you cannot access it inside until you set your network. So we got no choice to use a USB keyboard and mouse. Okay, no need mouse. Okay, anyway we are doing it on terminal. Okay, so make sure you have your laptop or computer next to you. Okay, so go with ChatGPT and you can ask for a lot of script how to do, what to do, all these things. Okay, so we'll take a look at the systems. Okay, so I'll do a cheat. Okay, I'll just go inside. Okay, my objective is to first go to your Wi-Fi. Okay, and then make it mounted to your home Wi-Fi, or if you use the Ethernet, then it's okay. That's step you can skip. And after that, you just set a static IP address. Okay, set your static IP address. So okay, I'll just take a look. Okay, so once you go into the Pi console, you see something like this. Okay, so you can feel free to do ChatGPT and some Google script. Okay, you can do that. Okay, so this is the Raspberry Pi. Yep. Okay, so this is the console. Okay, so what happens is that I have two objectives. The first one is going to connect to the Wi-Fi. Okay, so how to do that? Okay, this is the result from ChatGPT. Okay, you can always refer to it. Okay, otherwise it's like you can just ask ChatGPT. Okay, how do I connect to my home Wi-Fi that comes from Raspberry Pi OS? Okay, so I have this preview mode here. It will look better. So first you can now this is the default of Raspberry Pi. It has the network manager. Okay, so this network manager CLI NMCLI tools is already inside your Raspberry Pi OS. Okay, so just follow this. Okay, you can see the list of your Wi-Fi detected. Okay, in your area. Okay, so mine is actually the first one. Okay, called DJ My Home. Okay, so this is the one. So after that, you can connect with this. Okay, so you can just type connect, okay, to my home. Okay, then it will be with my password. Okay, I just put some X here. Okay. Okay, so once you press enter, you will just take like 10 seconds. Okay, you get connected. Okay, so it's very simple. Okay, you can just do that to connect to your Wi-Fi. Okay, after you get connected to Wi-Fi, you can try to do some Google to make sure that you are actually connected to the internet. Okay, so what you can do is you can just ping google.com, let's say, and you will be able to get something. Okay, so long as that it is returned with some TTL equal to some seconds, time, all these things. Okay, then Control C, you can just stop it. Okay, you can check your connection to internet is okay. Okay, so Wi-Fi now is connected to your network. Okay, so yeah, connected to the network. Okay, so next one is to try to fix it to the static IP address. Okay, of course you can still verify the connection with these two commands, like what are the connections that you have made, okay, so far. So just now the idea is that what are the Wi-Fi detected. So you got Wi-Fi list, right? Now it's actually connections. After you make a connections, you will remember. Okay, so these are the three connections. Okay, so it just proves that it's all right. Okay, then you can always check about your device status. Okay, for the details, you can do that. But those are all checking. Okay, so it's already pinged to google.com. I think I'm on the internet. Okay, so next one, set the Wi-Fi to auto connect. This is important. Okay, this is very important. Okay, so do this command at the right side here. Okay, the right side here, the command here, the finger. Okay, so this one. Okay, once you set it up, okay, remember this one now is actually your connections network. Okay, so use the connection name. Okay, if not wrong, then they will use the same Wi-Fi name. Okay, so here at the left here, okay, this is the Wi-Fi name that we have, and then after we make the connections, this is the connection name we have. Okay, so they should be the same name if we didn't change anything. So just type this command over. Okay, just type this command over here. Okay, and change this things into your these connections. See, after you key enter, you just modify the connections to make it like auto connect. So next time you reboot, okay, you will just get connect directly. Use the existing password that just now you actually input. Okay, so you don't have to trigger the connection every time you want. Okay, so just do it once. Okay, from there onward they will auto connect into your household Wi-Fi. Okay, so it will be just like that. Okay, then your Wi-Fi connection is done. Okay, and it's make permanent also. Hey, if you have troubleshooting, then you take a look at the log. They will tell you why is it so, is it wrong password, all these things. Okay, so after that, it's just to change to static IP address. You will type this bunch of things. Okay, this bunch of things. Oops. Okay. You see the backslash here is because if in the Linux, okay, if you want to write one line but I want to make it servo line to be treated as one line, then you use the backslash. If you just type all the way one line, okay, ignore the backslash, but you really got to type all the way, because once you press enter, they count as a next they'll count it as a next command already. Okay, then it will be broken. Okay, so make sure you have this. Okay, so just to explain a little bit of all these things. Okay, so next is to take a look at your household, the IP address configurations before we type this static IP address, because you don't know what address that you would like to configure to. Okay, but you got to check against your existing network configurations. Okay, otherwise you type wrongly, then we have problem. Okay, so we have the command like this: IP if Okay, you can see that your wireless LAN here, LLAN1 is this one. So that means your existing IP address is written as this. Okay, so for me, I already set it to the static IP, so that's why it's 11. I want to set it to 11. Okay, so for yours maybe 100, or maybe actually it's another number. Up to you to set whatever you want. Okay, but the very important thing is that if you want to first time you do about this networking, okay, just got to see your own IP network broadcast. Okay, any hints like this. This tells you, right, you are under a signature of first three groups. Okay, so first three group 255 is every 255 is one section. Okay, so if I get 3 group 155, this is your network address. Okay, your network, the address identify your home network. Okay, so you must follow the first three group. Okay, if you see 255.255.0.0 means you're going to follow the first two group. Okay, so in this case means the first three group you must follow. So what is the first three group you follow? Maybe the broadcast address, or here you always see that you're under 192.168.0. Okay, so 192.168.0. Okay, so now you choose the number. Okay, so do not choose 255, do not choose 0, do not choose 1. Okay, these are my recommendations. Okay, don't choose these three numbers. Choose something. I choose 11. So I just make myself 192.168.0.11. So what will happen to this command, right? It will look like this. Just open Notepad. Okay. To type this. Okay, and then okay, so this is my connections. I just change it to my router access ID or my connections name. Okay, my connections name. A method change to menu because now I want the IP address already. So I want to make my address as 11. So I'm going to make it 11. But this is a wrong subnet because it's 192.168.1. Okay, it will be different from my whole network, so they can't even talk if I put in the wrong signature. So my signature is like this. Okay, so 192.168.0 and 11. Okay, but that is how I set my IP address. What's the meaning of 24? 24 is actually the first three groups, means the 255, 255, 255 three group. Each group contribute 8 plus 8 plus 8. Okay, so it's 24. Okay, so there are only 4 groups here. Okay, so it is like this 4 group. So this is the old way about telling a submask. Okay, we just use the 1 bit. It's very confusing. But nowadays we just use a multiple 8. Okay, so I have 3 sections as my signature. So I just put 8 plus 8 plus 8, which is the 24 here. So this one /24. So just like I say, if you have 255.255.0.0 here, so that means you have 2 groups. Each group is 8. So I should put /16 here. Okay, so writing this /24 is as good as declaring a network mask of this exactly. Okay, so this is why /24. Then the next one is the gateway. The gateway is actually your router IP address, so that every package you go, you know where to go to. Then he will help you to route to somewhere else. Okay, so that's how the network talk about. So who is the router? Who is the one that's routing all this package? This is the router IP address. Okay, normally it's .1. Okay, if your network is 192.168.0, there will be 192.168.0.1. But try first. Okay, you can always try to ping it. Okay, and then you see now you ping a reply, right? Reply, that means there is a device with it there for .1. Okay, so I think no device else would like to take over the .1. If your router, somebody being very secure to due to security reason, they set to some other numbers, right? Anyone else that still no one else there to take the .1. Okay, so .1 should be empty. Dot one should not reply you anything. So when you ping the dot one reply your response, it means actually it's a router. Okay, take a look. See, you can see that. Let me show you this. Because my router have a web interface. Dot one, okay. So when I go in this, I go and check. It's wrong address. Okay, 168. I type 169. Okay, go inside. Now I see my router. Okay, I see my router. So that's why it, you know this address belongs to a router. Okay, you can check that. Okay, but it's up to you. For me, I ping a dot one, right? I know this is my router already. Okay, so that's why the default gateway got to be 192.168, but it should be dot 0 and dot 1. Okay, so the DNS, okay, DNS you can just copy 844. This is actually Google allow the open to public for the public to use the DNS, so they will know all the web address, okay, and how to resolve the web address to IP address. Okay, that's how they do it. I think you can use your SSH into your the IP address and then go to get it done. Okay, so do this. Okay, press enter. Then it will set that connections into this IP address, and then you can try to do sudo reboot the Raspberry Pi, and then it will be ready for you to SSH inside. Okay. So you use some tools like this. Okay, those bitwise SSH client. You can just put your IP address inside, and then your ID password inside, and then just get connected. Connect to your printer. I have a picture that I took for this. Okay, so you can see that these things now is actually connected to this black color is a USB connected to my 3D printer, and then the red color one is actually connected to the power supply. Okay, another one which is tells you how I make this, some tiny detail about how we make everything together. So you see at this side you can see the SD card is plugged into the Raspberry Pi Zero. Okay, so then put some these are heatsink, but this kind of heatsink you can order online also. Okay, and then it give you two fans, very powerful one, and then but then there is 11 there are different depth of this heatsink here. So some you might need to glue a lot more, some you might need to put some paste here and there to make them very tight, and they can conduct the thermal in a very well way. And then after you have these two put together, you can take a look at the 4 hole here. You just match the 4 hole there. But then at the back of the Raspberry Pi, right, it's not at the back of the Raspberry Pi, you see, it's not flat, and there are many sensors here. So if you touch the ground and scratch it, just place it on the casing, right, you just get scratched. So I do a 3D print of another layer at the bottom, okay, with this 4 pillar, and then we screw through the whole thing, okay, and then we will make the whole items nicely and compact. Then we'll just plug in the power. Okay, you see, in this project I'll show you to print also this piece of the bottom layer. Okay, so that actually use this to just put it back here and to make this. Okay, so while before you print out the first piece, okay, if your 3D printer the kind of things, of course you just do not just put it vertical, or just have a clip there somewhere. Okay, that you don't be careful of the bottom of all the sensor part, okay, or the metallic part. Okay, don't let the electricity to get the issues. Okay, so we just can run this thing over. Okay, so mount it up. Okay, we'll just have some screw. This is all M2.5. Okay, if you wonder, M2.5. Okay, then you will just screw it in and then make them all in one, and you might need a length like 12 millimeter or 16 millimeter kind of length to screw through the three pieces that are sandwiched like that. Okay, so the end product will be some things look like this. Okay, so this like this, okay, or like this. Okay, for this picture I put a mouse here. Okay, so you see the mouse I'm using here, and this device is so small. Okay, so this is why it's very compact and it saves a lot of electricity. And we're going to print out the right side projects. Okay, so now we once you mount it up, okay, we access it inside and start to install the OctoPrint. Okay, so once inside this your console using an SSH inside, okay, with the static IP address that just now we set. Okay, so just follow the instructions. Put this one, okay, sudo, okay, standard update and upgrade first. It take a long time, and then we're going to install this thing because it's running based on Python. Python 3, we need a PIP as a Python manager for us to help us to install library. Okay, so make sure do one shot. Okay, we need to install Python 3, Python PIP, and then we need a virtual environment, and then we need libyaml. Okay, and then build essentials. Okay, so after that we in our root folder, we just create an AutoPrint directory, go inside the AutoPrint directory, and then just create a virtual environment. Okay, then you just type well, after you create virtual environment, you have to activate, okay, in the bin there. Okay, so we just type this folder. Okay, and then after that inside your, and then after that you will be inside your virtual environment. Inside the virtual environment, you install the AutoPrint. Okay, so that's how we deal all this. Okay, so I already have the AutoPrint directory installed, and then it has a virtual environment. You see, take a look. And then after you create the virtual environment, right, there will already be a bin there. There is an activate here. Okay, so take a look. It's here. Okay, so so then you can do a source in this way, and then you will install from the PIP. Okay, AutoPrint is available in PIP, so install AutoPrint itself, and then after you pull the AutoPrint, okay, you can straight away in the bin there. You can just click this and run. Okay, I think I have done the automations. Okay, so you run once first, then you can come to here. Okay, so how to access this? Open a browser. Okay, and then go to HTTP of the IP address that just now is static, and then just port 500, sorry, 5000. Okay, okay, open your browser, and then you just type your URL here, and then you just put your IP address inside, just port 500, sorry, port 5000. Okay, press enter. You'll be able to reach your AutoPrint the UI. Okay, so this is actually empowered or served by the Raspberry Pi. Okay, so you can just do trigger the command, and then come to here to check that it is actually working. And then you, at the left side, you just have three sections. First one is the connections, second one is the status, and third one is the files that you just want to upload. Okay, so you can take a look at the right side here. So the connection wise, right, in the beginning we will not get connected like this. Okay, like this case I'm not connected also. Okay, so if you know the serial port, you can do that. But if you don't know, right, choose auto. Okay, it will go through the serial port, try a few different backway. Okay, and they will be able to hit your printer profile. Okay, unless your printer profile is very not the generic type. Okay, in the USB connections, because just using a serial. So long as the right port and is the right backway, then it should be able to connect. Okay, so that's because it's just USB. Okay, so after USB, the instructions, you know, if you follow the general G code instructions of your 3D printer, follow all these things, should be no problem. Okay, so you'll be able to control and get all the data from your printer. Okay, so you want to save the connection setting, from there on will be saved inside your SD card. Okay, so yeah, you auto connect and start up all these things. Okay, so you do a connect, okay, you will be able to, at least the right side you start connected to the printer, they should be able to start to know the temperature of the print head and the back ink. Yeah, okay, so roughly you can see some dots here. Later we see more. Okay, so let the time goes. Okay, so this is just like that. Okay, so now your printer is ready. Okay, so these are the field panel here and there. And remember, we didn't do anything with webcam. Okay, so that the memory for your server is certainly enough to handle basic instruction about uploading file, printing the file, and then instructing the printer to print and monitor it until the whole thing is finished. And you can keep on running 24/7. I don't see an issue here. So far my printer, my server, my Raspberry Pi is still working. Okay, it's still working fine. Okay, so it's actually quite okay. So we need to have the next is to have the bottom piece, okay, of this Raspberry Pi as actually the print project for this, so that we finish the loop. Okay, so of course we still need to because just now we manually started, okay, but we don't make it actually part of the system. Okay, so let's talk about the system first. We go to design and then go to send it to print. Okay, so that we see the result. Okay, so first the next one is that to see the way that we make it a daemon, okay, a daemon that will auto run next time, so that we don't have to every time type this command about triggering the autoprint serve, or we don't need to type this anymore. Okay, so all we need is the first in your system D. Okay, now Raspberry Pi default using system D. Okay, system D is actually the system service daemon process that we have. Okay, so we need to make this file. Okay, so sudo nano or vim if you want to, then we just create a file here. Okay, so go to your terminal here, then you just create or edit this file, a same command. Okay, sudo nano. Okay, so go in. Then for me, I already have the file. If not, take a look here. The content is here. Okay, content is here. So the main things to take care of in this config is the user. The user don't follow Pi, okay, because I think we normally change the default user. Unless you didn't even change the default user, it will still remain as Pi. For me, in the configurations, when I burn when I prepare the SD card at the time, I already changed the configurations with custom configurations with my name there. Okay, so you will see that my file actually is pointing to my name. Okay, this is actually the system user. Okay, you will need to have some administrative privilege. Okay, so I have this here, and then the execution start point we meant, because it's running in my directory, the waving line. The waving line actually in my case is actually the, if you're using Pi, the waving line actually is home Pi. Okay, so /home/Pi, actually that's the waving line. Okay, don't use the waving line, use the path. Okay, use the exact path. Okay, so use the exact path, put it here. Okay, and then you just Control X to exit and then save. Okay, you just come out. Okay, so how do I know my path? Okay, it's very simple. Go back to the auto print inside and then type present working directory. Okay, pwd. Okay, that kind of things. You see, the full path will be displayed out. Okay, so just copy this one back to just our file. So make sure the name here, this name is actually the correct one. Okay, I highlighted this one. Okay, be very careful. Okay, so the username and this name must be correct. Okay, with this account, normally your account name is displayed at here. You can see. Okay, if you are Pi, this will be a Pi. Okay, so make sure the configuration file is okay. Okay, then when the system daemon kick out, they know which command to do and which user to leverage on. Okay, then every time the system start, it will be there. Okay, so it will be there. So that's how you set this. Okay, so you don't have to do any command to kick it up. So long as you reboot the whole thing, it will just straight away the service will be running behind. Okay, like my system now. Okay, so you can try this. Okay, and then reboot. Okay, you just get reboot. I mean, my system actually will just keep on trying to reconnect regularly, so it will just come back. Okay. So you come back. Okay. So once you come back, actually it's already running. Okay. So we don't have to really wait for, we don't have to do anything from the command prompt because it's already uh, auto start when the system restart. Okay, so you should be able to keep this page here. Okay, go reload, it will still be there. Okay, here go reload, it will still be there. Okay, now so this is live. Okay, you see, it's still there, and the connection is still there. Okay, so everything is all right. Okay, so I need my file to be able to print the back of the yeah, the last layer. Okay, so actually this is the piece. This is the piece. Okay, this is the piece that print out. So first go to create this. Okay, so this I don't know how to use that freeware. There's a one called FreeCAD. Okay, FreeCAD actually is quite good. Okay, FreeCAD. This is I try to use it, but not as good as the commercial one. The commercial one first tier will have 10 pieces free. Okay, it's not like you can only use 10 times. It's actually 10 pieces will be able to sync to the cloud library for free, personal use. Okay, so for me, I will still use the commercial one. How to draw this easily? Okay, first you just to find the circle. Okay, find the hole and the circles. Just make sure the 4 circles distance is correct. Okay, and 90 degrees is very simple. Okay, you can. This is why the power of the Autodesk is so easy. Okay, so for example, I know it is actually a 2 point from the documentations diagram. Actually, I know it's actually 2.5. Okay, so all I need to do is just to, you can start from origins. Later, then you shift left, right, all this thing. You can do it nicely. So just make sure I just draw on this surface. Okay, draw this surface, and then I have a circle. Let's say I start with center, and then just have a 2.5. Okay, so this is actually 2.5 circle. If I circle the circle is actually 100 meter mm, then I just can do a line to go through 100 mm, and it can, the degree is 180 degrees. Okay, so it's totally horizontal. Okay, that's confirmed already. Okay, otherwise just tap, go over to change this value. Tap over, come back to here. So I just say it's 100. Okay, so distance of 100, I think it's a bit too far. So let's make it a distance of 20. 20 means 2 cm. Okay, so 2 cm to left. Okay, I can put a center here, and then can just draw another circle. And then actually it's 2.5 again. Okay, kind of things like that. Then let's say I have another 5 go up here. You can use rectangle if you want to. Okay, one shot. Okay, so let's say I have 5. Okay, and then I have another 2.5 circle. Okay, and then quickly come back here. I do a clumsy way so that people know point to point here. So you see, come back to his actually 20 meter. You can remember the number. You can type it in also. Okay, it's just, let me confirm here, and then finish loop. Okay, so yeah, just do another 2.5. So I have 2.5 hole. Okay, here. And after that, you just need to roughly, of course, the best is to measure or just get the exact width and length of it. But so long as you can be bigger, you can make it slightly bigger than the baseboard. It will be protective also, so no harm. Yeah. So this is a little bit by feeling if you want to. Okay, so if you want to make it like the midpoint of everything, so this is a midpoint. Okay. So you can have a midpoint of 10, I think. This is 10. Sorry, shouldn't be this. Okay. So I just want to get a distance first. Okay, you see the triangle is a midpoint. Okay. Midpoint here, roughly I have 10 here. So this is the midpoint of 4 circle, right? So I can do some cheat here and there. So I will try to draw a rectangle with a center rectangle, and roughly I can expand it like I have enough margin. Okay, when you do 3D printing, you have a circle, you could drill a hole. So make sure the edge of the circle is not touching too close to the edge of the rectangle. Otherwise, you might, when you do the screw, the time will just break. Okay, so roughly you see it's nice. Okay, here and there, and you can measure against your board. Your board width is more or less there. Okay, then you can just choose this nice. Okay, so you can just draw it this way, and then after I finish my two-dimensional drawing, you have something like this. So now actually it's back. Okay, actually I should delete those unwanted things. Okay, but now you see if I choose this area, because this line is not blocked, right? So all the feeling of my selections, right, is just anything without the full circle, right? So nicely come to solid and extrude a little bit. I normally it's a 3 millimeter. Okay, so this is roughly 3 millimeter. Okay, so I think it's a strong and not too thick. Okay, 3 millimeter is always number 3 is always the magic. Okay, for me. Okay, so I just say 3 millimeter. Just extrude this, right? You can see I already have a cube, right? Okay, so I have this solid already. Okay, so this is not needed because I really need to print it. Okay, so okay, this one I don't want it. Okay, delete it. Okay, so I want to, let's say I finish this, I have all the circle and then just extrude. Okay, I have this piece. Okay, so explain a little bit how come I have this tail here. Okay, this tail is actually 1.5 thickness. It's actually for me to have those kind of fastener. Okay, why is that so? Because this is actually for the Orange Pi also. Orange Pi 02 have an antenna, and very idiotic antenna dangling around, right? I just use the fastening fastener, okay, just to fasten them. It wrap around this one so that the whole antenna will dock on this piece horizontally together with one piece of sandwich to that. Okay, so that means that it's a piece of sandwich and then dangling around with a sausage. The kind of things. Okay, so that's how I make my piece of things very compact, very small, and the connectivity is good also. So don't worry about this. Okay, so anyway, this is done. Assuming this is what I'm going to print. Okay, so I'll just export this into the a very standard STL. Last time you copy this STL, no, you still got to slide them with G code. Okay. Okay, so this is done. Okay, G code slicer, I think the OctoPrint is supporting in the next coming features. Okay, but I have no time to go explore that. Okay, so I just skip that. So I just exported. I don't know where I exported. Okay, so let me export one more time. Okay. Okay, replace it. So we're here. Okay, good. Okay, so I have my file in somewhere here. It pop up here, so I click location here. So the next one, you need a slicer. The slicer, OctoPrint later will have a feature for the slicer. You can use that one straight away. They will slice it and then they chuck it in and then print it one shot. Okay, it'll be a very good feature, but not this time. You have any Cura-based engine, or even you can just download the generic engine. Also, they can help you slice them to G code. Okay, that means actually make them to a text instructions. Okay, but I have the one that from the 3D printer, which is slightly buggy, but it's still working fine. So yeah. Okay, so this is the one. Okay, this is actually from the 3D printer manufacturing. So here. Okay, so I'll just drag my model inside to make. I need a G code file. Okay, so I'm going to print this way. This line I think is fine. Okay, take a look at the layers. Okay, this is the first layer. I'm going in and all these things. Okay, so I think this is the one. So and then I just export the G code value into anywhere I would like. I have a folder here, so I always put my going to be print kind of stuff here. Why is there a stack? Okay, this way. I think this is the one. So it's single. It's supposed to be single. Okay. So here. Okay, so this is the one. This is the file. I changed back the correct name. It's actually Raspberry Pi, so it's R Pi 0W2 single. And the M is M2.5. Now it's come to version 10. Okay, so that's the one that I'm going to print. Okay, so all I need to do is to come back to the auto print, and then in my, okay, I got to connect to the printer first. Okay, connect to the printer, and then go into my folder. I upload my file inside. It will be stored inside the SD card. Okay, upload. Then I just from the 3D print. Yep. Okay, so this one. See, you just get uploaded here, and then after that, I just send it to print. Is it connected? Yep, it's connected. Right. So I send it in to print. Okay. Okay, then you can see that the instructions. Okay, you come to terminal to see the real instruction. The instruction is that setting my heat bed to 60 first. Okay, so now it's keep increasing this amount, and this is the printer head. Printer head I haven't set because you got to wait until 60 first, then start the printer head. Okay, and then you see one line by one line kind of printing instruction this way. Okay, so you can see that the temperature is increasing. Okay, then after that you will see the whole things printed out. I will accelerate the whole video from this over. Hope you like this video. Okay, if you think this is helping you and or anything interesting, encourage me by clicking a like, okay, and share to your friend. Okay, auto print is something that I don't have to keep myself save here and then plug it over there, save here and plug over there. And the good thing is that take a look at this. Okay, before I finish all this thing with my finale video. Okay, Raspberry Pi Zero 2W. Okay, it's very cheap. Okay, here in at this moment my locale is in the Malaysia here, so it is 72 ringgit. So from Singapore it will be like 20 Sing dollar. In Hong Kong dollar maybe actually it's like 140, 150. So this is a very cheap solution to get a 3D printer server serving you serving your 3D printer. Okay, so it's worth for you to get a piece of SD card to put inside and wire everything. It'll be fun anyway. Okay, so yep, that's all. That's why I do this. Okay, and I want to introduce this to you. Okay, click like and subscribe if you like. Okay, so thanks for watching and enjoy the printing result and the video. And this is the end product. Okay, this is the end product of the printing.